Shalom, shalom, shalom. We are live finally. I apologize and thank you for your patience because we had some technical difficulties. But now we are up and we are running. Today's theme, as you can see, is going to be food laws. I got my teammate here with me. I'm your girl, AriYah, Benyamin, and I got MattiYah, Yahudah. You say something, sir?
Shalom, brothers and sisters. That's all I can say for right now. We apologize, like she said, for the delay. But we here in full effect. Hopefully we get some commentary, get some folks to come take a look at what we talking about and share their insights on it. That's about it for right now.
So what's some foods that you enjoy?
What's some foods that I enjoy? But before we get into that, what's the thing? What's the title for this thing? Getting into the food laws. Leviticus 11. I enjoy a lot of foods. I used to growing up. I used to eat the mess. I was about to use different language that some people think is derogatory language or foul language.
Oh.
But I growing up, I used to eat crab cakes, crab legs, shrimps, lobsters, shellfish, pork chops. You know, and growing up with our family, we all used to eat those things. And then I moved away from those things and started to realize that that's not really the way to go. We're supposed to eat other things. So now what I enjoy eating is the things that the Most High said is food for us.
Right.
When it comes to meats, I enjoy those meats. When it comes to plants, I enjoy those plants. When it comes to drink, I enjoy those drinks. And I do it the way that he say do it. A lot of the times, not all the times. I'm guilty of. I'm guilty of not always following the drink commandments. But the food laws, I try to follow those as much as possible. But I will say, in this world that we live in right now, I have fell short to following his drink laws when he say drink but don't get drunk. I have done that. We all like to drink. Most of us do. But it's a reason why he made those laws. What about you? You asked me what foods I like to drink. What foods I like to eat. What about you? Because even though eating, right, when we get into the Greek and Hebrew for later times, it means consumption.
Right.
What do you consume? What do you put in your body to give you energy, to give you
it goes
life?
for both, right.
Yeah, so they all kind of go together. And a lot of people don't see that, nor have ever been taught, nor have learned that. So, what about you?
Because some people's school systems, all it takes is 60% to pass, and you're on your way. You have a ticket to your diploma. So
sound like you shots fired at a specific area or something. You said only take 60%.
I was like, that's passing on your classes, I guess. That was shocking to me when I heard someone having that epidemic, I guess. So I was like, okay, that's something new I learned. So, wow. So yeah, you uncovered a lot there. I think like a lot of people understand that a law did exist, but they feel like it's back in the past. They feel like it doesn't matter today. And I think there's a group of people that feel like when it comes to the law, Paul came to save the day. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. St. Paul saved the day and said that that's done away with and we can go ahead and eat this and eat that. And it's sad, but whether you want to believe what people are breaking down to you or not, just tell yourself this out there. Is it worth the gamble? What if your interpretation is wrong? And all this time, you should have been following all those laws still to this day. And we're actually telling you right. What if? Is it worth your soul? Is your soul worth that gamble? I'm just throwing it out there. Some people gonna be stubborn, Betsy, and don't want to change their mind, and oh, it's gonna be this, it's gonna be that. But just keep that in mind while you're part of this discussion and listening to this live stream. Just make sure and tell yourself you should value yourself a little bit more than that. If you're gonna do that gamble, if I were you, my friend, Barakatha, I would not. You're welcome. I would not gamble that. I wouldn't do that at all. MattiYah.
Oh,
you got the sneezes.
Yeah, I got the sneezes, man. So yeah, I agree with you, but people gonna have what they believe to be what they believe, and that's fine. But
oh yeah, you did ask me about the foods that I like to eat.
I did.
I like salmon. Yeah, I love black sea bass, white sea bass, any kind of sea bass.
Okay, that's what's up.
I like flounder. Flounder's really good.
Yeah.
Trout's pretty tasty. Flounder.
So anyway, it sounds like you following the.
Yeah, I gave up the crab legs. I gave up the lobster. When my son brought home his science project years ago, showing that they had to go over the entire species of the roaches and all of their cousins related. And they had the daggone lobster up on it. And that lobster looked like a daggone roach anyway. I was like, I thought it was like a cliche. And they were saying that the roaches ocean. No, they weren't lying. They were telling the truth. That lobsters are the roaches of the ocean. I was like, I was done. I was too done. I said, I'm so glad. It was only a short period of time that I endured. I chowed down on lobsters in my ignorance. I'm glad that I stopped that. I never ate crawfish. I mean, that just looks suspect to me. And the clams and oysters and mussels, they all look like aliens. I never touched them. I was kind of like, they look kind of sketchy and suspect. I just can't get down with it. And I just was doing the shrimps and the crab legs, and then all them years, the parents like, oh, that's just the vein. No, it's not. It's the poop. People don't clean their shrimps and stuff out. And I just think back to all those grossnesses. It's like, they're all bottom feeders. They eat the gunk at the bottom of the ocean, which is all the manure and waste from other plants in the ocean and other animals and fish. Like, just don't do it. Love yourself enough. Love yourself more enough than to settle and eat that stuff. Don't fall for the hype. That stuff is not good for you. And it don't taste that good like you think. It's all in your mind. It's an illusion.
Yeah, it is. I think it is. I noticed on your title, excuse me.
Yes, the Leviticus 11.
Yeah. And for those that are familiar with that, if we want to go deeper, y'all can go to Deuteronomy 14. It also is mentioned again in Deuteronomy 14 about these food laws. So I know AriYah Benyamin, you're very, very fluent with these food laws. You're very fluent with them. And you know exactly where to go. So why don't you just go ahead and since we ran behind time today, but it's all right because we're on the Most High time. We're not on y'all time.
That's right.
So maybe it was supposed to start at this time, but hey, it is what it is. Why don't you go ahead and go to Leviticus 11 and point out some of these food laws? And as the Spirit move with us, we're going to as the Spirit move with us, we're going to allow things to just come to us and just have a generalized conversation. Those that's with it, that's with it, that's great. Those that ain't with it, that's fine. Those that want to find out truth, stick with us and see where it go. That's all I can say to you. But it's not an easy road, I tell you that.
That's right.
It's not going to be smooth sailing like a lot of Christians, like a lot of Christianity believers. We could go so deep with this Christianity mess, but that's a different topic for a different time. We'll say that subject for a different time. But right now, we're just gonna focus on these food laws because a lot of y'all think that the food laws are done away with.
Uh-huh.
A lot of y'all believe that the Old Testament is done away with. That's just because you just haven't been taught properly, or you haven't taken the time to listen to what somebody else got to say. You listen to your Pastor Pork Chop, or Pastor Crab Leg, or Pastor Crab Cake, because he loved them crab cakes. Now, crab cakes growing up, crab cakes was a delicacy for me. Crab cakes and crab legs. I never really loved the crabs. But the crab legs and the crab cakes and the shrimp.
That's a good point.
Ooh, man, crabs was just too much work. Like, I had to crack that joint open. Then you got to clean the...
Yeah, it took hours.
Clean what they call the mustard out of it.
Which wasn't really mustard, exactly.
Nowadays, you know what it is. Even eating the shrimp, that back line right in the middle, that's not his spine, people.
At all.
That is not...
a vein.
The vein, either. That is his
intestine for the poop.
Mm-hmm. That's his pasment. That's his poopy doopy doo.
That dookie shoe.
You heard me? That's his poopy doopy doo. So, and y'all motherfuckers was all on it, all in it. So, anyway, put up some of those scriptures in Leviticus 11 of what the Most High commanded the children of Israel to eat and not eat, and the strangers that sojourn them. Because there are strangers that sojourn them that are not Israelites, right? So shout out to the Gentiles,
right,
that will say, okay, I'm gonna be a servant and a handmaid, and I'm gonna serve these I'm gonna serve these Israelites. Based off of the Bible. I'm not saying this. This is what the Bible says. So y'all can get mad at MattiYah, Yahudah. You got a problem, hit me up at judahreturns@gmail.com. We can get it popping. But that's just what it is. So
exactly.
So Leviticus 11, please, AriYah, I'm gonna let you take the floor for a minute and pull up some of those scriptures, cause you know I think we're getting so much closer to the end of times. And later on, when I introduce y'all to my channel, you'll see why I say that. But I'm waiting for the AriYah to go and pull up them scriptures so we can, dig into that just a little bit. Hopefully somebody tune in and we get some commentary. If not, we're gonna still push the word regardless, because when two is the Most High is in the presence of the assembly right now, and it's two of us, and this is our assembly. So if that's what it's gonna be, that's how it's gonna be.
Period.
The spirit is still with us. You dig what I'm saying? Whether y'all say, okay, this is what it is, this is what it not. But you're gonna have to come heavy with some heavy artillery if you try to debate the things that you can debate it if you're trying to debunk or go against the things that we're saying. You're gonna have to come with some heavy artillery.
That's
I'm
right.
I'm talking about things that the Air Force ain't got. I'm talking about things that the Army ain't got, the Navy ain't got,
Marines.
Yeah, Marines too. But they usually are the warriors out of the four, according to what the world believes. Let me put it that way. I'm not gonna sit up here and say that they this, that, and the other, because I really don't know, to be honest with you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I really don't know, and I don't think you do neither. So we just talking right now. We just having a regular conversation.
Yeah.
But anyway, as I was mentioning, I think it would be wise for us to get into the scriptures, because the Bible says the scriptures don't lie. It say the Most High is not the author of confusion, but yet the Bible causes so much confusion. Would you agree with that statement? You think that's accurate?
Yes.
I think it does cause confusion. I think the Bible causes a lot of confusion. And that confusion probably started at the Tower of Babel, or the Babel Tower, whatever it's called, Tower of Babel. Now, we are not biblical scholars. We don't have to be biblical scholars. If the Spirit calls you,
that's right.
You start out as babe and you grow with it. So watch and see how we grow and go with this. Whether you want to call us novices, experts, whatever. Bring the smoke and let's see what's happening.
Exactly. Don't focus on if seminary school was attended or graduated or not. It has nothing to do with seminary school. Seminary school's a joke. The word say
he called you from the womb. And they break you down and build you up as he see fit.
That's right.
So, So yeah, let me while you pulling that
So
up.
we got Leviticus chapter 11. And I'm going to start with, I think people know the obvious, but just in case, I just start from where it goes over. So verse 3 of Leviticus 11. Whatsoever parteth the hoof and is cloven footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat.
Okay, stop right there. Now, what did he say again? Say that again. Say it a little bit slower.
Whatsoever parteth the hoof.
Okay, the hoof. Now let's find out what a hoof is for those that may not be familiar with that.
Got them hoofs.
So let's see. I'm gonna do it like this, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all some of the basic jewels of this. I'm gonna go to Google and I'm gonna say animals with hooves. It ain't gonna be hoof, right? Because in the English, that F turn into a V. Just like when you say wife and then you say wives, right? Hoof and then hooves. You dig? So let's see. Animals with hooves. Let's see. What animals have hooves? Let's see. It says artidacal, whatever the pigs, peccaries, hippopotamuses, camels, cherotians, deer, giraffes, pronghorns, antelopes, sheep, goats, and cattle. All right, bet. Read that again.
Verse 3. Whatsoever parteth the hoof and is cloven footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat.
All right, and we had Leviticus 11. We're gonna slow this down. Sometimes we gotta slow it down.
That's right.
Sometimes we got to do that, right? Because we as people. We try to outthink or outsmart or outwit.
That is
the
so
creator,
true.
Right? We think we know it all. We try to outsmart, outthink, and go against the creator of all, right? And that's why he make it the way that he make it, because he going separate. And for y'all Christianity believers, right? I'm not a Christianity hater. I am a man that goes against anybody or any belief that goes against what the word says. If you start to contradict yourself, I go against you. That's how I look at it. Period. Point blank period. Don't contradict the word. Like, study to show yourself approved. That's what it tell you. That's how the spirit move on you. All right, read it again, please.
The same verse?
Yes.
Whatsoever part of the hoof.
Part of the hoof. Okay. Now, what animals have hooves? I named some. Okay. Then the next thing.
And is cloven footed.
And is cloven footed. We need to look up what cloven footed is. Can you look that up, or maybe I'll look it up? And the way I'm gonna do it is I'm dropping some jewels, right? There's some jewels that are more precious than other jewels, right? But right now, this is some basic jewels, basic understanding, basic stuff, because we reading this in the English translation, right? Which is probably the last translation. But we're not going to get into that. We're going to just say, not yet. Let's say, okay, so I'm going to just go to Google. What animals are cloven footed?
Are you able to share your screen?
Not at the moment, but I will. So we just going to do what animals have a split hoof. Is that what that is? Cloven footed means split hoof? All right, so what animals have a split hoof? Cattle, deer, pigs, antelopes, gazelles, goats, and sheep. Notice this, right? Everybody know that, wait a minute, it's saying that we can eat a pig, right? Cattle, we already know cattle is clean. Let's stop playing games. Deer, most people believe deer is clean. pigs, antelopes, gazelles, goats, and sheep. What animals? Those are animals that are cloven footed. And then we went to the hoof. The
Right.
pig is still involved with that. Are we finished though? No, we're not. Line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little, there a little. That is the way, that is one of the rules. That is one of the major rules of reading this, man.
That's right.
And chew of the cud. That's a different thing. We got whosoever part of the hoof. We got animals that part in the hoof. And, not and or, they have to part of the hoof and they got to be cloven footed. And they got to chew of the cud. So what is the cud, people?
Isn't that like the throw up? The ones that eat that throw up, we can't eat.
What?
Like the pigs eat their own throw up, so we can't eat them.
What animals? Well, then we got a contradiction if that's the case. What animals cheweth?
No, the cut. If they chew the cut, that's good. If they don't, that means they eat their throw up.
Oh, okay. So hold on. Chew of the cud. Cattle, deer, sheep, goats, and antelopes are some of the examples of animals that chew their cud. When cud chewing, animals eat their food. Some of the food is stored in a special pouch within its stomach. It later regulates this stored food or cud and begins to chew it again. Is that like what hamsters?
Also, cud is like food.
Is that what hamsters do? What a hamster?
They had those fat cheeks.
Yeah, so hamsters like store their food and stuff, right?
Oh.
All right. So now, not only does this animal that we can eat have to pair of the hoof, it has to be cloven footed, and it's got to chew at the cud. Those we can eat.
Right.
Now, let's go to verse 4. It says, nevertheless, these shall not eat of them that cheweth the cud, or them that divideth the hoof, as a camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof. See that? In order for you to eat this beast, he has to meet all of the qualifications of 11:3, Leviticus 11:3. Because it's and, right?
Right, exactly.
So if that's the case, those are the clean beasts. You had mentioned, you said, what did you say? You said chew the cud is what? What you had said before we read that? You had said you thought it was what?
Well, I was asking. I said, isn't it when they eat the throw up, or I think it's what it was when they because they can chew the cud, which is their food, and store it. That's fine, but the ones that chew it up and throw it up and spit it out and eat it back up and that's like you know what I'm saying, it's not good for the body. So like pigs do that. So that's part of the reason too why we can't eat pigs. They eat their own throw up. They eat their own poop, their own dung. They eat their own kind. If it's a sick pig, they'll eat it. They eat anything. But man, that was what I heard.
It said further chew partly or digest food. So no, chew of the cud does not mean to eat your own spit up or throw up, so to speak.
Yeah, it's the opposite.
It's like they store some of their food and eat it for later.
Right.
I am one of those men. MattiYah, Yahudah is
you
one
store
of those
your
men.
food in your cheeks?
Not in my cheek, but I don't eat all my food all the way. I don't like to overeat.
That's good.
I'm guilty of that sometimes, right? Because I live in this earthly flesh of me. And
meat soup.
And so I'm guilty of overeating sometimes. One of my sources is telling me right now that you had you just came back from eating some stuff. Tell me what you ate. What you had?
Oh, I went to the MGM and went to one of their sports bars and ate some sports bar food. I had some nachos.
You had some nachos. Okay. So I think nachos is good. But you know what? A lot of these foods nowadays, they have ingredients in it that include the things that he said not to eat because of cost.
Oh my!
Oh
yeah, because they want to get whatever's the cheapest meat.
Right.
And they do that a lot in them Asian speaking countries too. I mean, those are the facts.
Okay.
They do that a lot. Everything they have pork. I was like, no, I don't want that.
Right.
Right, like you gonna put right cheaper? No, you keep that. I need no cheaper. I need the real deal.
Okay, let's see. We got 13 animals that chewed the cud. Let's see what these 13 animals are so far. That they store for later. Cows. We believe those to be clean.
Mm-hmm.
Sheep and goats, antelope, deer. Now check this out. When I went to this, it excluded the cow. It excluded the pig. Remember, the pig was in the game at first. When I said what animals have hooves, it says the pigs, the peccaries, or something like that. The hippopotamus, which is probably a hippopotamus. Camels, the sheritans, deer,
one humper too,
giraffes, pronghorns, antelope, sheep, goat, and cattle. Everybody know cattle is supposed to be clean according to the scriptures because,
of course, yeah.
That's one of the main, cattle. This your good old state come from the cattle, but these pigs was in the game when it said animals with hooves. Okay, they got the hooves. They were even in the game when it said cloven footed, like pigs.
Right.
Feet.
Yep.
Right?
That's
They're
split.
Cloven-footed.
Yep. You see it. All of our parents ate them pigs' feet.
Probably so.
And grandparents and stuff, and the kids remember seeing the split hoofs. I wasn't impressed, and I don't even know that hoof on that. That looked suspect. Yep, I didn't trust it. But then,
when I got to what some animals that chew of their cud, meaning they chew it, they don't swallow it, they're not
that's the best
regurgitating, I guess, or what's there's a proper word for when it's spit up. I can't remember exactly.
You said it, regurgitate.
Regurgitate, okay.
Yeah.
When they regurgitate stuff, that's not pigs are excluded from that. So right there, if you just stop at 3, you could tell me that you ain't supposed to eat no swine. Now, let me just do this.
Now here's a list of biblically clean red meat. Since you mentioned cattle. Antelope. It says beef, which is always a cow, but if you can't figure it out, go look it up. Buffalo, deer, elk, goat, moose, and sheep. Bah! Now, a lot of them animals that are clean, they're pretty friendly, quiet, roaming, pleasant animals. They ain't doing too much fighting amongst themselves. Uh-huh. Or you see them a lot of these little zoos and stuff like that in their natural habitats. Uh-huh. It's like them wild things be, that's unclean, be running around wild and crazy and stuff. Uh-huh. Like, we're not supposed to eat a camel. I'm sorry to bust your bubble, but you can't eat a camel. 1 hump or 2, you can't eat it. I'm sorry.
Well, can you, if somebody like Sister Cherry was to come on your channel one day and say, I remember way back when you just decided to get on here, but now you got 75,000 viewers, and I wanna be a clout chaser.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I wanna chase the clout like I did with everybody else. You said you can't eat the camel. Can you prove that to us? How would you do that, Sister AriYah, Benyamin? How would you prove that you can't eat the camel?
Pretty easy. It's written in the Bible and it spells it out. Let's see. 11.
Go to verse 4. Let's just do it like that. Read verse 4. Read verse 4 down to verse 8.
Oh, I had my page turned. That's why.
Verse 4.
Okay. Nevertheless, these ye shall not eat of them that chew the cud, of them that divide the hoof, as the camel. There it is. It's spelled out. Okay. If you want to go to your Strongs, it's Numbers 1581 in my Bible. I have the King James Version Bible. Because he cheweth the cud, but divideth the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. What's a coney, you ask? Great question. A coney is an old English term for rabbit and hare. Yep, no rabbit allowed. And the hare, because he cheweth the cud, which is a wild rabbit, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the swine, and the swine, and the swine. Usually you say it 3 times and it really kicks into people's brains.
Is that right?
So I do it 3 times, yes. And the swine. If you don't know what swine is, you can look it up, but it's actually a pig. The boars. Though he divide the hoof, and he cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean. See, he eats his own throw up. That's the main reason why. See?
Right. So here's the thing. With us, right? In order to understand how we understand, you have to believe that these laws are not done away with. Because people are going to look at the Old Testament and be like, oh, well, that's the Old Testament. You're living in old times. The Most High made everything clean for us. He gave Peter a vision. They were eating with the Gentiles, and I think it was Paul or somebody like that, and he said, I've never eaten anything uncommon or unclean, and blah, 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 and all that other kind of stuff. But what you have to understand is, had that been true, people, right?
Right.
We wouldn't be even talking about this right now. If the new covenant was in full effect, we wouldn't even be talking about this right now. So we believe, right? I think we have to disclose this as a disclosure. We believe that the new covenant is not in effect. I don't give a damn if you consider yourself to be an Israelite based off of the curses, or however you determine that you're an Israelite, or if you consider yourself to be a Christian or a follower of the faith, or whatever you want to call it. You have to understand that these laws are not done away with.
That's right.
And then you'll see it. But if you believe that these laws are done away with, then you are in major contradiction. You are in the major danger zone. Danger. You are now going against the Most High. You are now going against the Son that He gave to us, that was born through a field and understand. That's why y'all call Him your Savior. A lot of people call Him your Savior. He was born through a natural birth to feel what we feel, to go through what we go through. During creation, right? He really couldn't feel what we feel in the flesh when He was created. He was created before there was. But that's a whole nother topic that we can talk about another time. But He was created before there was. And so the Most High gave Him a natural birth through a woman. Most of y'all know her name to be Mary. So that He could feel what we feel. So when He died for our sins, right? When He died for our sins, I'm going to leave it at that right now because it goes deeper than that. But when He died for our sins, He could feel what we feel. When He was on this earth, He could understand what we understand. It was all made for Him. We was made for Him. The Israelites was the chosen ones that was made for Him. But just like He suffered, those so-called Israelites in the Bible had to suffer. And they went through turmoil. I'm not making this up. I'm just going off of what's written. So we can try to say, oh, the white man did it, or the black man did it, or the African man did it, or the Chinese man did it, or the Indian man did it, or the any kind of man did it. We can say that, whatever. It's not about that. We just going off of what the scriptures say. And then, as we decipher and break these things down over time, you will come to a conclusion if you're chosen to do so. If you're not, just sit back and enjoy the ride. But anyway, that's what we believe. These laws aren't done away with. And it aligns with the Bible in its holistic or totality. I have to use these type of words to articulate to you people so that you can understand. Because a lot of y'all, no disrespect to what you do and how you make your money or whatever, but you really stopped your education in the 3rd grade. And so you just lollygagging along, and you wouldn't understand what I'm saying. But in order to get the full spectrum of the Bible, you have to understand the totality of it. So that all goes back to his laws, his commandments, his statutes. And that's what we believe. Now that's not a shot at anybody, but if you come on here and you say something, then we can go to war, whatever. It's all good. I come with a sword just like the Messiah do, baby, so let's bring it.
In other words, bringing that smoke.
Right. Now, we're not talking about a literal sword. We could be, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about a sword biblically, baby. We can go to war biblically. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And it's edifying for everyone, no matter what you are. But anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there because that'll get you to understand our angle and where we coming from. Did you have anything to add? I don't want to feel like I'm taking over your show.
Oh no, this is our show, not mine. But no, that was pretty good. Let's see. I have another list of animals that are clean, fowl. And fowl is spelled Fowl, and those are the bird family. Okay? So the clean birds are chicken. We're allowed to eat chicken. It's nice and clean. Dove, duck, quack, quack, quack. Goose, grouse, pheasant, quail, and turkey. So those are all the cluckers that are biblically clean, okay? And we know we said you shouldn't eat any shellfish, but there's so many clean fish that we can eat, and clean fish have scales on them, and the scales keep the fish's body clean from germs, bacteria, and fungus. No wonder the Most High said to eat the fish with scales. It's a long list, but just to throw some out there. Tuna fish is good. Trout, tilapia, man-made fish. Haddock, halibut. Kingfish, mackerel. Y'all like a little mackerel? Can of sardines and stuff. Whitefish, whiting. Okay. Yellow perch, groupers, gulf pike, grunts, gabby, grayling, frost, darter, flounder, egg, croaker, cod, okay, yeah, crappie, albacore fish, shad, sheephead, silverhake, silver sides, Spanish mackerel, striped bass, yes, sucker, red fin, long-nosed sucker, northern sucker, red horse sucker, red striped sucker, white sucker, sea bass, sergeant fish, porgy, sardines, salmon, pink, red, chum, coho, king, it's all good, rockfish, red snapper, red drum, porgy, pollock, pigfish, perch, pike jack, pilchard, pompano, porgy, blue bill, sunfish, bluefish, one fish, two fish, blue runner, bonitos, bowfin, Boston bluefish, buffalo fish, butterfish, carp, chub, bloater, long jaw, blackfin. You got your anchovies. Who like anchovies? Good for y'all. Barracuda, more bass, black drum, blackfish, blueback. So if you got the blueback fish, you got the glut, the herring, okay, mullet, and the list goes on and on and on. But that gives you a good synopsis of so many various fish that we're able to eat. So don't get your panties in a bunch and say, oh man, I can't have the nasty old creepy crawly shrimp and the nasty stinky crabs. I mean, that stuff stank when it said, why do you want to eat them lobsters and crabs? Just say no to the shell. Put the scallops down. Say no to it. You know how they use to make that pearl, them oysters? That's gunk. And it hardens. I mean, come out looking real pretty though. But let them clean the ocean. They're there to keep the ocean clean. Leave them there, please. Try to be strong.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's go to let's go to some of the things that people say. Well, no, that's you're not right about that. You don't understand the scriptures or whatever. Let's see. Let me think of something. But go to Colossians. Can you pull up on your channel, please, the book of Colossians?
It will not let me share my internet browser.
Wow.
Yep.
Did you? Can I join as a?
I sent it to you, so I want you to join.
Well, let me check it out. Give me a second here. But go ahead.
Because you can do it. That's what I was saying.
I'm trying to. I'm trying to. We got it kind of.
Colossians, what? The first Colossians?
Colossians chapter 2. No, I think you're looking at Corinthians, not Colossians.
You're right. I always do that. These old eyes of mine. Let's go to the book of Colossians. Y'all pull your Bibles out. Turn to Colossians.
Yeah, Colossians chapter 2. Let me go there with you, because I might not want you to read directly from the beginning.
The beginning. All right, let's see. Colossians. That's an inside joke. You ain't gonna get that.
Yeah, Colossians ain't. Colossians. Let's see. Colossians chapter 2.
Chapter 2, y'all.
So there's some other things that Colossians reveals, but let's just get to the nitty gritty, because
I like the nitty gritty.
Let's just kind of get to the point.
That's the good juicy stuff.
Yeah, let's just get to the point here.
Built up in Yeshua. Oh, okay. That's the title for chapter 2. That's got right there for that subject line.
Yeah. So let's just go to the nitty gritty. Let's go to verse 16.
Okay, verse 16. Oh, I got it already highlighted. Okay, chapter 2, verse 16, the book of Colossians. Let no man therefore judge you in meat or in drink.
All right. Let no man therefore judge you in meat or drink. So he's saying, Colossians was written by Paul, I do believe. The Apostle Paul, I believe, wrote this.
Yep.
He's saying, hey man, listen, don't let nobody judge you on what you eat or drink. And then what else?
Okay. And then it says, or in respect of a holy day.
Of a holy day. He's saying, don't let nobody judge you about these holy days. This is Paul, your so-called Jesus Christ, man. That's crazy to me.
Right.
How you worship the person that helped Paul get to where he at more than the person. Come on.
Idolatry.
That's idolatry.
Yeah, they're idolizing him.
That's the third level of idolatry, because if you worship your so-called Jesus Christ more than you worship Yahweh, that's still idolatry according to this Bible.
And they
everything go back to the Most High. It don't go back. It don't even go back to the Son. The Son was just here to show y'all how to do it. But anyway, that's a whole other story.
A perfect
What's a holy day? Is that a holiday or is that a holy day?
No, they're totally two different things, totally separate. Right. Holidays are paganistic. They're satanic. Yes, I said it. The high holy days are in Leviticus chapter 23, and they are the 7 feast days. They are on the 7 branches of the menorah. And matter of fact, why I don't just turn to it. So
you turn to that, and I'm gonna read Colossians 2:16 while you turn to it, and then and I'll pause, and by the time I pause, you should be there. So, because that's a good thing, because this is going back to the law, like you just said, and Leviticus is a book of law. The first 5 books are books of laws.
Yep.
That we're still supposed to abide by until the new covenant is in full totality, and we understand and know the holistic understanding, the holistic fulfillment, the holistic totality of the New Testament. There is no way that nobody could come on your channel and debate me on that and have anything that they could say that will be accurate unless they pull it out their ass from some source that nobody knows of. And that, in that case, you're the Antichrist to me, because that's what I would think. But anyway, let me read Colossians 2:16. It says, and having spoiled principalities and powers, he made shew of them openly. Oh, excuse me, I'm reading 15. Let no man therefore judge you in meat or drink, or in respect, in respect of an holy day,
right,
or of the new moon. Some of y'all believe the new moon is a full moon. That is not the new moon. Please challenge me on that at a later date. But,
debates are welcome. Smoke is welcome. We ain't afraid of it. We're not going to put you out the room.
Yeah, we not going to put you out the room. We not going to mute you. We going to let you talk.
Right, exactly.
Do whatever. We that confident that what we saying is accurate. We going to respect what you saying.
Right.
But you damn sure better respect what we saying.
That's right.
Respect of a holy day, or of
the Sabbath,
or of the Sabbath days. Now wait a minute. Wait a minute. It says Sabbath days. That's a whole nother topic. Y'all stop thinking Saturday is the Sabbath day. That's not true, guys. There's some calendars that we live by in this world today where Saturday is the seventh day and Saturday is the sixth day.
My.
Right? Some people had one. Like Monday, like uno, dos, Tuesday, mon, 1, 2, 2, wed, 3, Thurs, 4, Friday, 5, Sat, 6, Sun, 7. So some people have Sunday as a 7 days. Some people have Sunday as a first day. I think it's China that has Sunday as a 7th day, or Saturday at the beginning of the week, or something like that. So that's not how you count the days. You count the days by counting, by numbers.
That's right.
Not by names. It's by numbers. If you read this Bible, it never said on Friday, on Thursday, on Wednesday, on Tuesday. It said on the 2nd day.
Right, who told you that?
On the 3rd day, on the 4th day, on the 5th day. And then it says in respect of an holy day. Most High said, respect and honor his holy days. Right? Acknowledge them at least. Like, if you're going to not do things, at least acknowledge them joints, right?
Exactly.
Or of the new moons or the Sabbath days. That means it's more than one Sabbath.
That's right.
It says Sabbath days. That's plural.
Hello. 1, 2, 3.
Now you wanted to read Leviticus? Go ahead. I'm gonna mute myself.
I wasn't really necessarily gonna read it. I was gonna go over and mention some of those holy days, because you were saying now are holy days the same as holiday, which is an excellent question, because a lot of listeners and folks out there may be still wondering or blindly confused, not realizing it. So what's a holy day that they're talking about in the Bible? I said Leviticus chapter 23 names them. You have the Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, okay, First Fruits, Feast of Weeks, Feast of Trumpets, Day of Atonement. Day of Atonement is the most holiest of the holy day, high holy days. Feast of Tabernacles, and last great day of Yahweh. There they are. Leviticus 23.
Okay. So
you can go over verse 18 in Colossians chapter 2 too? Or
verse 18?
Yeah, it was just 16.
I just wanted to go over 16. I mean, I could go over anything that you want. We initially were starting to talk about the food.
I was checking. No worries.
But yeah, I just wanted to go over that because I thought that he's telling you, don't let no man judge you for acknowledging this.
That's right.
Or respecting this.
That's right.
Like, because there's people that are going to do that. Like, that's kind of why I went there. Because this is a very controversial topic.
True.
And it would help if we had, some folks on here that thought differently. But because you and I think the same way,
That's all right.
It's yeah, but it is what it is.
Right.
Yeah, so it's cool. On most stuff I think we agree on. Let's see. What about Peter's visions? I know, like Peter, like let's go to the book of Acts, right?
Okay, the book of Acts.
Yeah, let's go to the book of Acts. Let me get there with you, just to make sure I'm saying this as accurately as I can right now. Let's see the book of Acts. We're gonna go to chapter 10.
Chapter 10, book of Acts.
Yeah. And you know what? Let's just start at the first verse.
So the subject, the theme, it says Cornelius' conversion and Peter's vision.
Okay, so we're gonna focus on Peter's vision. So Acts was written by Peter. So let's go to verse 3.
He saw in a vision, evidently about the 9th hour of the day, an angel of Elohim coming in to him and saying unto him, Cornelius. And when he looked on him, he was afraid and said, What is it, master? And he said unto him, Thy prayers and thy alms are come up for a memorial before Elohim. And now send men to Joppa and call for one Simon, whose surname is Peter. He lodgeth with one Simon, a tanner, whose house is by the seaside. He shall tell thee what thou oughtest to do.
So Peter getting ready to tell Cornelius what to do. Go ahead.
Verse 7. And when the angel which spake unto Cornelius was departed, he called 2 of his household servants, and a devout soldier of them that waited on him continually. And when he had declared all these things unto him, he sent them to Joppa. On the morrow, as they went on their journey and drew nigh unto the city, Peter went up upon the housetop to pray about the 6th hour. And he became very hungry and would have eaten, but while they made ready, he fell into a trance.
All right, so Peter was hungry. Peter was hungry. And they say he said he fell into a trance.
Goodness.
Right?
Like narcolepsy or something like that?
Could be.
Or apnea?
It could be. He fell into a trance.
Man.
Peter is supposed to be an apostle, a man of the Most High, a man of the Messiah. He just fell into a trance coincidentally. More than likely, probably not.
Right.
But let's just keep reading and see what's happening. So go ahead and read the next verse.
Okay. And so verse 11, and saw heaven opened. Ooh, he's lucky. He saw heaven open up. And a certain vessel descending unto him. Wow, the mothership. As it had been a great sheet knit at the four corners. And let down to the earth, wherein were all manner of 4-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts and creeping things, and fowls of the air. And there came a voice to him, Rise, Peter, kill and eat. Now that's deep, folks. But Peter said, Not so, master, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean.
All right, now let's stop right there. Did they... I think we skipped to verse 3. Well, we read verse 3 up until 14, right? We didn't skip any of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then right here, Peter said... verse 13 says, and there came a voice to him, Rise, Peter, kill and eat.
Right.
And then Peter said, No, I have not eaten anything that is common or clean. Would it be fair, based off what we read so far, to say that Peter's making an assumption?
Yeah, I was going to say he's assuming. You really think that they're going to tell you just to eat any old random thing? Like, come on, where's your brain cells?
Right, even if you want to believe that this vision was about eating.
Right.
Right? Like food or stuff. Nowhere in, if you want to use the Christian understanding or the Christian way of doing things, because Christians love context. They try to say
do,
and they try to say that prophecies are so difficult to understand.
That's not our fault.
Let me tell y'all something. I didn't go to seminary school. I didn't pray every day. Oh, Most High, please give me your word. I didn't beg for nothing. I just took whatever I was given from the womb to try to get an understanding, and then I used the sources around me to help me separate or differentiate or segregate or I don't even know whatever adjectives I can use at that point to understand what's going on right here. So if you see it like I'm seeing it, or if you're trying to see it like I'm seeing it, Peter is assuming, right? It says, but Peter said, not so, because he told him to rise, Peter, kill and eat. This fool is in a trance. The scripture said that. But then it says, but Peter said, not so, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean. Go ahead and read the rest. Verse 15.
That's true. Verse 15. And the voice spake unto him again the second time, what Elohim hath cleansed, that call not thou common. This was done thrice, that means 3 times. And the vessel was received up again into heaven. Now, while Peter doubted in himself what this vision which he had seen should mean, behold, the men which were sent from Cornelius had made inquiry for Simon's house and stood before the gate.
All right, now while Peter doubted in himself, we should know by now why he doubted, right? If you read this for a while, you've been around for a minute. Peter doubted it for the simple fact that we already said he was assuming, so he doubted what it should mean.
Exactly.
Peter used to eating that T-bone, that porterhouse, that ribeye, that filet mignon.
There you go.
That fish with the fins and scales, that Chilean sea bass, that salmon.
Yeah.
That bronzini, that trout, that whitening. No catfish.
Nope.
Right?
Catfish have periods. They're very dirty.
Not only that, catfish don't have no scales.
They got skin.
It got fins, but ain't got no scales.
Ugh. It's got whiskers.
It's got smooth, slick skin. So you go catch a catfish or shark. They got smooth, slick skin.
Yeah, it looks scary.
Which means all of the nasty stuff that's in the ocean sticks to it. Versus those with the fins, right?
Yep.
The fins might defend it all, right? No, the fins open up and it gets stuck inside of there. Even if it did, right, we take the scales off of
the fish,
which is cleansing the fish.
Booyah, that's right.
Even more so, right? Just like your fingernails, right? When you cut you might have something caught under your fingernails. Look at your fingernail as a fin.
Mm-hmm.
But when you cut that fin off, right, you can get onto the skin and you can clean it, right? Now, if you got this slick, smooth skin, right, those pathogens or things that ain't supposed to be in there can easily jump in there, stick in there, and maybe penetrate the skin even faster.
That's right.
If y'all understand what I'm saying, like, because you don't have no defense against it. Like, at least these fish that he said that were clean, they got defense against it. They got the scales to help defend the skin.
Right.
And they got the fins to help brush some stuff away. Although catfish has the fins to help brush some stuff away, we talking about the ocean. It's a lot of stuff. They in the water the whole time. Their whole body is consumed in water.
That's right.
So they gotta have something to fight off those pathogens and stuff like that. But anyway, go ahead and read. Where we stop at?
Okay, we are on because I read should be 18. Let me read 18. I started at 18. And called and asked whether Simon, which was surnamed Peter, were lodged there. While Peter thought on the vision, the Spirit, and unto him, behold, 3 men seek thee. Arise, therefore, and get thee down, and go with them, doubting nothing, for I have sent them. Then Peter went down to the men which were sent unto him from Cornelius, and said, Behold, I am he whom ye seek. What is the cause wherefore ye come? And they said, Cornelius, the centurion, a just man, and one that feareth Elohim, and of good report among all the nation of the Jews, and was warned from Elohim by an holy angel to send for thee into his house, and to hear the words of thee. Then called he them and lodged with them. And on the morrow Peter went away with them, and certain brethren from Joppa accompanied him. Verse 24. And the morrow after they entered into Caesarea, and Cornelius waited for them, and had called together his kinsmen and near friends. And as Peter was coming in, Cornelius met him, and fell down at his feet, and worshipped him. But Peter took him up, saying, Stand up, myself also am a man. And as he talked with him, he went in and found many that were come together. And he said unto them, Ye know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company, or come unto one of another nation, but Elohim hath shewed me that I should not call any man common or unclean. Therefore I came unto you without gainsaying. As soon as I was sent for, I asked therefore for what intent ye have sent for me.
All right, that's good right there, I think. So with that being said right there, I think that kind of sums up what he was really talking about. This alleged man named Peter was not even talking about food to begin with. He was just talking about people.
See?
But some people take this and think he's talking about food. So he wasn't talking about the food because that would be in violation of the law. And the law isn't done away with. So if you believe that the law isn't done away with, you have to go back. I mean, if you believe that the law is done away with, then you'll look at this and say, see, there's a contradiction. There go another contradiction. There go another contradiction. No, man, it's not a contradiction because he was never talking about food to begin with.
The Bible right here says, Peter's vision is a lesson about accepting repentant Gentiles into the body of the Messiah.
Repentant Gentiles would mean that these people were at one point unclean. Peter being a Jew, not of the 10 tribes.
Right.
But Peter being a Jew, meaning Peter could have been Judah.
Southern
Peter
Kingdom.
could have been Southern Kingdom, yes, to sum it up. But for those that don't know what Southern Kingdom is,
right.
Peter could have been a Jew, Judah. Peter could have been a Jew, Benjamin. Peter could have been a Jew, Levite. Because Levites were in every tribe.
That's right.
They were the priesthoods.
That's
so
right.
The Levites went to everybody and did their thing with the prayers and showed them how to pray, who to pray to, how to eat, how to follow these laws as best as they could, atonement for the sins, etc., so on and so forth. Pray at the sanctuary, sacrifice this animal, so on and so forth.
That's right.
So you could say that and not be in violation or not be in the danger zone because of the simple fact that the Levites were in every tribe. They were the priesthood, right? We have this transitioning priesthood into Melchizedek, but again, that's another topic for another time.
Right. Then it says, Peter's vision is a lesson about accepting repentant Gentiles into the body of the Messiah as those grafted into the promise of Israel.
Grafted into the promise of Israel. So who's the promise for? Is the promise for the grafted Or was a promise for Israel? It sounded like he said the those that are grafted into Israel.
Right, yeah.
So again, there's always been strangers. We not denying the fact that they ain't no that there's strangers with them. We not denying that fact. We gonna say that.
And this was a major change as Gentiles were considered unclean by the Jews. The meaning and purpose of this vision is explained by P.F. in verse 28. But Elohim hath shewed me that I should not call any man common or unclean.
Right.
Peter admits to learning the object lesson in verse 34 and verse 35, having had a personal problem with discrimination. Galatians chapter 2 verse 11's reference. The passage is not about eating unclean food.
Well, that goes right with what I was just saying.
That's why I read it, which would have been a violation of the law of Yahweh. Because the laws that Yahweh has never go away. They never disappear. They never become void and invalid.
Right. Even in those new times when the Messiah come back with a name no man has known, the wars are over with, your swords turn into plowshares, and we will be teaching no more. There will be these observance of holy days and Sabbath days.
That's
still
right.
Going on in the new kingdom, in the millennium kingdom.
Millennium.
Yeah. So I think that's enough for right now. We gonna give y'all some more smoke and some more content once some folks start to join in. But I think we probably
we covered the food law topic.
Good for right now. We gonna go get some smoke somewhere else and bring it here, y'all. But this been your boy MattiYah, Yahudah.
This is your girl AriYah, Benyamin, Israel.
Yeah, she got the tribe of Benyamin, AriYah, listed on there for those of y'all that like what she's been presented thus far. Show the girl some love, show the sister some love, so that we can continue to spread this truth. We got a lot more knowledge and a lot more truth we want to throw out there, but we just giving y'all the basics right now. If y'all like it, subscribe, like. Do what you feel, comment. You don't like it, bring the smoke.
We love debates. We love discussions. Questions, answers.
It's all in the love of the Creator. You dig?
All edifying.
It's all edifying. You edify us.
Yep. We not just trying to always teach.
What we don't know.
We can learn from you. You can learn from us. You know what I'm saying? Keep it growing. Keep strengthening spirituality.
What we don't know. You dig what I'm saying? But again, MattiYah at Yahudah. Yahudah returns at gmail.com. That's YAHUDAH returns RETURNS at gmail.com. Shoot me an email. You know what I'm saying? We can chop it up and talk about it how you may see fit. My channel will be coming real soon. I will have some commentaries on there. I will have debates on there, so on and so forth. I'll be more than happy to discuss His word. The Most High just told us start doing some stuff. Just throw it out there, and you know what I'm saying. You throw some bait out there and see what kind of fish you catch. Hopefully it's clean so we can eat them. If they're dirty, we throw them back in there.
That's right.
We need y'all dirty fish.
That fish throw bait.
And y'all crab cakes and all that. We need y'all to go back into the ocean and clean this ocean up.
That fish throw bait.
So that our clean fish can continue to be clean. You dig what I'm saying?
That's right.
And like I said, this is your boy MattiYah, Yahudah. I'm signing out. I'm about to go somewhere and cause some smoke till we get some customers.
Shalom.